What's up, hybrids? Welcome back to another episode of the Fandom Hybrid Podcast. This is Hanako, and I'm here with Michelle and Dina, and we are discussing episode 9 of Blood of My Blood, season 1. We're almost at the end, y'all. Why?
It went by so fast.
It did. It
It
did.
did.
And there's still so much. I feel like there's still so much that needs to happen. But yeah, we're almost at the end. All right, let's talk about these folks because I got some things to say about these folks. First things first, I don't know who the hell trying to kill Brian.
Look, okay,
Well,
and
Okay, go
because
ahead.
on the one hand, I want to think it's Colum that he's just breaking his word because this is Colum, but then on the other hand, Brian, your daddy is a little suspect.
and like
Especially
anybody,
given the fact that Murta came and Murta
yeah,
was prepared. Murta had the horses and everything. I was like,
yeah, right. And so knowing that the Gallo Glass just basically are like, for hire, so anybody could hire them. I was like, I agree, it has to be his dad. I don't think it's Colin at all.
I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, it could easily be Dougal. It could be, I mean, one of the Grants could have seen them together because okay, this is the other thing I was gonna say. We gonna be all over the place because I'm gonna hit stuff as it hits my head. We need to learn some stealth in these relationships
Oh
because
my God.
y'all
Oh,
going to the old Kirk, Brian just standing out there, everything is in the background. Like somebody can literally look across the field and be like, who is that dude Ellen is going to meet in the old Kirk? Like, why are you going to an abandoned building when a guy is standing there? I
You
was
know,
like, can
why
y'all
you rubbing hands and fiddling hands in the
right. And
tent?
you're you're like looking intimate. I was like, they about to get caught.
I was watching that
Everybody
scene just
knows.
like this.
Everybody knows that you are engaged. Like, stop.
Everybody.
Stop.
And they
Everybody.
think they being slick. You
They're not.
doing this.
Like the fact that she even standing over there talking to him, okay, y'all talking about the bed and whatever, but once they start looking at each other and talking about the other stuff, yeah, okay, you can see it. You can see it. The chemistry is there.
Mhm.
Y'all playing a dangerous game. Y'all
Not to
doing too
mention,
much.
they ain't whispering as low as they think they whispering.
They're not. They're not.
I mean, I realize that could be for our benefit because it is quite noisy in the tent. So maybe that's just for our benefit. Maybe they sound a little less loud to everyone else.
Child.
But I mean, just even Julia and Ellen talking at the table, and
I
Julia's like, "Oh,
know.
Brian would do anything for you." It's too quiet in the sewing circle.
And then her,
Do
oh,
it.
I didn't want to marry him. This wasn't my choice. Oh Lord, Julia.
Y'all need to learn how to whisper.
Now
Whisper.
you see what happened because Henry got caught.
Yeah.
And then and even not even just the thing with Henry getting caught. Why are y'all meeting on the side of the lake
Yeah.
Where everybody can
again
see you.
Girl,
Everybody
in
can see
plain
you.
view?
he delivered
Everyone.
that note in a more private area than where they met up.
Yes.
Like you got the wet nurse looking for you, and Balak is with her.
Right there.
Balak
But
alone, like
but
I
they're
don't
right
know,
there in view in sight.
I don't know
Child.
why
Come here, you
you
caught
didn't
everyone
tell
today.
Henry. Okay, so Lord Lovat has a bodyguard who is crazy as shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised
Mm-hmm.
nothing has come out yet about the priest that
Mm-hmm.
got bludgeoned to death. Like, I need you to be
Right.
careful. We need to be a little bit more. I was like, I enjoyed this episode, but when I say I was yelling at my TV because I was like, y'all are making stupid decisions. Y'all are not thinking clearly. Like, I understand, Julia, you're happy to see Henry. Henry, you're happy to see Julia. And you also want to find out what's going on because how the hell you got a husband when your husband is right? Like, I get all of that. But you guys are making it so easy to get caught.
Mm-hmm.
Like, y'all aren't being conspicuous about anything. Even in the beginning, when Lord Lovat is talking about going to Braemar, and he was like, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. When Julia is like, oh, well, I thought you would have wanted to bring Simon with you. And, oh, I want to go. And Brian's like, yeah, Julia can go. The fact that Lord Lovat has not accused it, like everybody else has accused them of being together but him.
But they played him like a fiddle, though. That was funny.
No, the funny thing was Uncle Grant calling him out for filth in a whole room full of people. That was funny. That was funny.
I immediately messaged Hanako like, oh my God, this episode. Because I was not, he is I don't know, I don't like him, but
I like
I
him.
don't like Uncle Grant.
He got some style. He came with them words. Oh my God. Even when he threatened Ellen, I was like,
right. Because he threatened her and then smiled right after.
Right. But you saw it coming. Because the stuff he was saying to her, especially like, yeah, your daddy was a smooth talker too. So you basically called her a liar.
Right. Yeah. He can convince a man that the sun was shining while the rain is hitting him in the face. I was like...
And looked at her. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I was thinking about this in my car on the way home because I was thinking about this episode and us discussing it. I said, I'm sitting here thinking about Michelle's words in my head about, the whole thing with Myrta and Brian and Ellen and just kind of how Ellen is. And you know what? I like Ellen, but she really is the villain in this story. She is. Because she plays her role with Malcolm Grant so well.
Oh, she does.
And it's like, I don't really feel chemistry with them, but I think if Brian wasn't in the picture, they could actually have a marriage based on respect. And I feel like she could probably grow to love Malcolm.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, because he is a good man. He is a good character. So, and I'm just sitting here looking at her throughout this entire thing. And I'm like, she does look comfortable with him. She looks like, okay, you know what? If I wasn't madly in love with this other person, this might actually work. And I was like, just looking at the previews for next episode, I have a feeling the truth is going to come to light because you see a small clip of Malcolm kind of exploding. And I was like, oh, he must know the truth. Because I don't think we've seen him so much as raise his voice.
He has not. But when he does, he has all the right to.
Right.
The whole entire right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
but he's so chill about it.
Honestly, but honestly, she is the villain because she is doing all the things that they say.
But I get it. I mean,
don't break his heart.
Love.
Oh my God.
She's gonna be faithful. She ain't faithful.
Oh, you know what?
Them hoes ain't loyal.
Look, just like she told Colum, I know how you play with your words. She played with them words too because she said, one thing about us Mackenzies, when we marry, we are faithful. She said nothing before that marriage.
Mm-hmm. And
but also she technically married. So
this is true. This is true.
Right. But if she married Malcolm, I still can see her running.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So, honey, you just
I don't see her looking at Malcolm and saying, ruin me. I just don't feel that.
And first of all, she gonna break that man's heart. She good with words. Next thing you know, Malcolm's kids come out with Malcolm be like, no one in our family has this. Yeah, they do. My side has it. Yeah, right. That's Brian's kid. Whatever.
She definitely would run the household though, and I feel like because he clearly doesn't like Mr. Bug in his way, so he has nobody who will be like, don't let this woman run you, man, and he would let her run him.
Yeah. But it seems like nobody is liking Mr. Bug because when I tell you when Arch said something to Malcolm about when he was telling his uncle, yeah, I kept Henry on because he's loyal to me. And Mr. Bug was like, that remains to be seen, Master Malcolm. Excuse me, you gonna call me by my proper title. Right. And
Right.
then after that, when they're in the gathering and the uncle is approaching, the his people, Bug is in his ear talking about this, that, and the other. He was like, "You don't have to tell me about him. I got eyes. I can see stuff on my own. So I need you to step back and learn your place." I was like, I can kind of see why Archbug became this bitter old man, but yeah, nobody's liking you, and you always got a fucking frown on your face. You
Yeah, just
always trying to
always.
get that look. Look, I'm gonna spank my hand. I'm gonna try not to curse. But his face is just like
Always stank face. Just rest in
always,
peace. Rest in peace.
always. But ooh, okay. Let's go back to the beginning because Lord Lovat, let me tell you, as much as I cannot stand this man, he had me laughing at the beginning of this episode. He's sitting there, polishing his sword. And I was like, is that supposed to be a double entendre? Him sitting there polishing the sword and he's all happy and chipper. And I will say this for his character. As horrible a person that we know he can be, I've never seen him talk to Julia in a way that is disrespectful or even, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he says the usual stuff that's like, oh, you're gross. But as far as the way that men in this time usually talk to women,
Yeah.
I will say that he does seem like he genuinely likes her. Now, whether that's because he thinks she bore him the future king of Scotland, I don't know. But even in the beginning, he seemed like genuinely smitten with her. So it's so funny to me that he's sitting there. He's so excited. He was like, yeah, we're going to go to the tynchal and you're going to let the wet nurse do this with the baby because we're going to celebrate the way we're supposed to. I'm like, oh, so you came back and this still ain't working yet. Gotcha.
Yeah. But I also think it's because she came to him in the bedroom. And so in his mind, he feels wanted,
Yeah.
because he ain't have to take it from her. His intent was just gonna take it. He was just gonna take it.
Yeah.
But she came to him, so he's like, well, I still got
No, you don't. No, you don't.
That's how he does. He feel like a wanted man.
Yeah, because you can tell he just like chipper, and then he about to get his reputation back, so he think everything's just going great. Oh
Mm-hmm.
man,
Until it's not.
until it's not. Oh, the laughter I had in my heart was it was. I felt so bad for laughing at him.
But it was funny because Julia's sitting in now. Julia, she knows how to work her words and she knows how to work her magic because she's like, yeah, don't you want to take the baby? He was like, to a tynchal? Like, why? He can't hunt boars. She was like, yeah, you kind of want to put it out there that he's the future king of Scotland. She was just basically like, no, I know the grants are going to be there. I need to be there. And I think that's why Brian was like, so what families are going to be there? Are the grants going to be there? Oh, okay. So this is why Julia doing that. Yeah, Dad, let's take her. Mm-hmm.
Right, because then also that means he can get close to his boo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
so it all
Worked out until it didn't.
Yeah, to
And to be fair, he probably felt like he owed Julia at that point because Julia has basically saved him and his
And
woman twice.
does.
And,
Yes.
and so
In
he
a
probably was
major
just
way.
like, let's get her to her man because she done sacrificed, she could have been with him, but,
Right. They could have been gone.
yeah.
But,
And I think that's why I love their relationship because they reminded me of like those movies or comedies where people are like lying. And then because the person don't know what the person's going to say, they wait and they're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And they agreeing and they come up with, and then we're going to do this thing. And it's just like this whole scam. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys are so obvious, but obviously.
but they were selling it though.
Because he was like, what did he say? All of the, I can't remember what term he used, but basically he was like, yeah, all the respectable lairds are going to have their wives.
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
appealing to that part of his father. Because
Yep.
I would tell you this, I don't know from what height Lord Lovat fell, but damn, he fell pretty hard
Yeah. Yeah. He must have.
because he is grasping at any type of respectability or anything that's going to put him back in his place. Like even he couldn't even really feign genuine sadness on the death of his so-called friend. Oh yeah, Isaac Grant, rest in peace. Now you know the Grants are gonna bow to me. Now I was like, everybody
Yeah.
bow to you. And then when Uncle Grant, I can't remember what his name is. I'm calling him Uncle Grant. When
I
he
know,
fed
right?
him
Uncle
for
Grant. That's his
filth,
name. Uncle Grant.
and he
That's what
was
he
like,
deserves.
"You think you actually think that the seed from your putrid loins is going to girl, what I say
The read, she said he read him for filth
for ew. Oh my God.
in front of
In
everybody.
front
Oh,
Everybody.
of
oh,
everybody.
oh, girl.
Everybody. Henry should have been in that room and looking like, oh, I ain't worried about you with Julia. If this man is saying all of it, like, I don't have nothing to worry about. Nothing.
Man. Mm,
Oh,
mm, mm.
and all he could do was be like, and just storm out the room. Because what are you gonna say? Everything is true. You
That's
just got
it.
embarrassed in front of everybody, in front of
Everybody.
all the layers, in front of all the clansmen.
Yep.
Yeah, go back to your tent with your tail between your legs
Yeah.
because that was well deserved and it was well played.
Yes. I'm actually about to be on that scene in a minute, actually. Oh my goodness.
That
Just
mess was so funny.
and then the other part about like how he's like, oh, my son's the king of Scotland, blah, whatever he's gonna be. And then
Mhm.
like when they did do the Jacobite ceremony or whatever, Bonnie Prince Charlie is gonna be king, blah, 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 and the little piece fell off the flag. I was like, boy, if that ain't some telling.
When I see it's so funny. My son
Woo!
he was walking downstairs right around the time that was playing when I was watching it earlier tonight. And he literally just stopped to kind of see what they were doing. They had just put the flag up. And as he was walking past the TV, the thing fell down and he was like, well, that don't seem like a good
That is not a good sign. That is some. If we had not known what was to come, that would have gave me all I needed to know.
right. That would have been
This
like,
ain't gonna work at all.
But the other crazy thing about the whole thing is okay, so they go to this tynchal, and when they're there, the Earl of Mar, this is who is putting on this tynchal, he brings out a special guest, and it is Rob Roy. And basically he's there to say, hey, I'm a big freaking Jacobite, and I want you guys to all be big freaking Jacobites too. So of course, Colum and Malcolm Grant, they are looking mad uncomfortable
Yeah.
because they are loyalists, like through and through to their bone. So when they do the little speech and they're getting everybody riled up, yeah, yeah, we're gonna put a Stuart King on the throne. And the Earl of Mars like, okay, so now we want you to commit your clans to the cause. Everybody shut the hell up there, like, what you want us to do what? And then he was like, you don't have to make a decision now. Let's go out. Let's hop board.
Admit
And
to
then
me.
tomorrow we can talk about it. And by the way, if you decide not to do it, you'll still be allowed to leave. I was like, y'all didn't y'all didn't invite assassins to the party for no reason. Because guess what? The people who aren't going to sign up, those are going to be the first people you think ratted you out when someone comes looking for y'all, like they did a couple of the last episode. So I was just like, oh, this is about to be a mess. And of course, Dougal is there happy. He was like, yeah, this is what I want. And then Rob Roy comes up to him, the kids, and
Rob
he's like,
Roy.
you know my name. I was like, you know what?
Uh, he fanboying over here, but then he spilled the beans and he looking at Colin like that picture of the monkey in the meme.
So that thing when they went back to the tent and Colum chewed him out and was basically like, I am the laird of this clan. You bent your knee to me. He was like, if you ever do anything behind my back again, I will hire the gallows glass to rip your tongue out at the root. Now, do you have anything else you're hiding from me? When I say Dougal's whole face changed, he looked like a little scared little boy. I was like, okay, you talk mad shit about
Yep.
Colum, but Colum got you shaking in your boots right now.
Right. And that's
He
what
like,
my thing is right now. Where's
yep.
because he was looking like, oh, let me tell.
Like, let me tell it all. Because
I may not be able to do it myself, but I sure enough, you had to sleep with one eye open. I'm just telling you, do that again.
right.
And you know I don't really like you, so I would do it.
Right.
And that's the okay. So I know we touched on this maybe the last episode, maybe 2 episodes ago. The fact that y'all don't like each other to the point where y'all have no qualms about threatening bodily harm and murder of your siblings. What the hell did your dad do to y'all?
Yeah.
What did he do?
Yeah. And to the point where Dougal he never considered that just because Colin wasn't strong doesn't mean he couldn't pay somebody to be strong for him. You
Right.
know, that he never considered that. And so like the gala glass is right there.
Right
And
there.
all I gotta do is get him some coin and take you right out.
I
Oh,
mean,
bro.
even Uncle Grant, when he was telling the Klansmen, they were I gotta stop saying that. That sounds so weird. But when he was telling the other guys, they were like, so why would they split it? And he said, well, Dougal can get anybody to follow him anywhere and do anything, but he doesn't have the temperament to be Laird. Colum, on the other hand, can't fight, but that's the brains.
Yeah.
So what did he say? Those are two halves of the same coin. You got to have them both in order for Clan Mackenzie to be strong. So if an outsider can see that, I don't know why Dougal can't. Like, Dougal is so, I guess he's so focused about the physical aspect of things, and he looks at Colum as weak. But Colum sure put your ass in your place today.
And then he was spilling everybody's secrets.
Like, because you really didn't have to do that. But
he didn't.
No.
He didn't. Oh my God.
But you were like, okay, you know what? Ellen ain't about to have one up on me. And I think that's what that was. He basically was like, my secret about this chest that I was about to give part of your dowry has been exposed. So, okay, we just going to tell everybody. Dougal is like the ultimate snitch.
He is, but again, like you said before, he was scared.
Yeah.
He know that's easily somebody can find out. And then he'll be like, I knew. Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Right.
Because this really would mess up his plans.
Yeah.
With the grants.
Right. Because when he was getting ready to walk out that tent and Ellen was like, what did you tell him, Dougal? He couldn't even look her in the face. And she was like, oh, you betrayed me? He was like,
oh my God.
I ain't scared of you. I'm scared of that one.
I'm on the hand holder. You literally got your chest on his shoulder.
Right. Yes.
From afar, I'd be like, they're lovers.
Right.
Why
because there's no close sense of propriety.
Like you sniffing his hair pretty much.
Yes.
Sniffing yours.
Yes.
Not sniffing the hair.
I mean, you're that close. They were close.
They were very close to the point where you couldn't see a separation at some points.
No, you couldn't. And then you looking at her like a whole snack.
Right. Because I was like, if this is what undressing with their eyes looks like.
Yeah.
Like y'all are not being subtle at all. I mean, if the love is that strong, the chemistry is that strong, the attraction is that strong, y'all, what was it Miss Fitz told her? You don't need to look at another man other than Malcolm Grant.
Right.
She's like, well, what if Brian's there? Excuse me. Do you not realize that you almost died the last time? Like, no, I need you to put it back, reel it in, do whatever you need to do.
Yep.
Because we're going to a tynchal, not a funeral.
And it's also crazy because, like, so she's doing this, people are probably still watching you because they don't trust that you are as pure anyway. Like, even though you proved it or whatever, people don't trust you. So why would you risk it? I don't
Right. Your
understand.
reputation is
Yeah.
already like, because literally everybody who was they've been talking about it. The uncle comes in, he talks about it. And
Yep.
then the people that he's talking to, they're like, oh, so you heard about the stuff that's going on. He was like, yeah, well, she was proven innocent. So blah, 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 blah. But yeah, those tongues wagging. I mean, we know that in real life too. Once your reputation has been ruined, whether
Mhm.
it's true or not. I mean,
Yeah.
you see it with people who have been assaulted, or you see it with people who have been accused of rape, and then it's found out later, oh, they actually didn't do that. Their reputations
Yep.
are never the same, because you always have that sitting there. Same with her. Like, she can be innocent all she wants, but people are going to talk, especially the men folk. I mean, I think the only good thing about this for her was the source. And again, Uncle Grant
Right.
called him out too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you lying dirty bastard. Basically, that's what he was saying.
Yeah.
You're a liar, and you're telling lies on people to try to get gain, to try to get favor, and we're not seeing, we're not paying you any attention. We see past it. Now, again, like we've been saying, he wrong, but he don't know he wrong. Because again, Ellen is doing a great job convincing everybody else except for, I don't know. She convincing everybody of stuff. I mean, even at the end, when she tells Brian that she can't see him anymore, that she doesn't love him, I was like, are you really going to believe? Like, this woman looked at you and said, ruin me. You really think she would have did that if she didn't feel what she felt for you? Like, don't give in so easy, Brian. It's not.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah. But he is very naive. That's the thing about Brian that's annoying. Is he's so naive. It takes him too long to catch on to stuff.
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm like, Brian, why are you just now figuring this thing out? Like, there's so many things. I'm just like, dude, I know you're
But
young, but damn.
I think part of it is that with Brian's outlook and the way that he is, he, I think, sees the best in people, and he
Mhm.
always looks on that bright side. Because I mean, even with his father, up until this episode, it's like, your daddy is a rogue, your daddy ain't no good, but this is still someone that is your father, and you're still trying to please him, you're still trying to get his approval. Why? You don't need it. But in
Right.
his mind, he's just like, okay, there's got to be something good in him, maybe, you know but then in this episode, when Simon is back in his tent and he is going off because of the way he was treated, and Brian comes in after Ellen has broken his heart, he starts going off on Brian. And I felt that for Brian, because you've already had your heart ripped out by one person you love. And then the other person who should love you just because you're their son, who has always treated you as a second class citizen or whatever because you're a bastard. Now he's even digging in and challenging your manhood. He's challenging who you are as a person. I really was surprised that Brian didn't hit him.
Mm-hmm.
And also, but I mean, it probably would have gotten there, but Myrtle was there. Myrtle was like, okay, this is going a little bit too far, because you can see it. As much as Myrtle is mad at Brian, he was feeling that attack. He
Yeah.
felt every word Lord Lovat said to him, even at the beginning when he was like, Mercy, you're going to go do this. And Brian's just over there on the side. After this thing, he was like, you're not going to represent me in the tynchal. Myrta is. You're going to be the beater, which I think is probably, I don't know, maybe the least respectful position in that whole thing. Because Brian even looked like he was like, why am I here? Sit here beating this thing. But Myrtle was looking like, this is too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. Thankfully, he
That's
felt
like,
it enough that he saved Brian's life, because
right.
Yeah.
But I like what he said. If anybody gonna hurt you, kill you, it's gonna be me.
It's
right,
gonna be me.
No one
right.
else.
It's gonna be
I have
me.
the right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But
Not
I mean,
nobody else.
yeah, but I mean, those arrows came so close.
Yeah, like, yeah,
Oh yeah, they won't
like
kill
some very good aim.
Right.
him.
There's a
But I'm
but
wondering, why did you throw the shield down when you started running? That shield helped you out twice.
it did. It
I mean,
did.
I don't
If,
know if it
on
was
accident,
supposed
even. He didn't even do the first one on purpose. It just was like, oh, shit.
like, oh, somebody really trying to kill me.
Yeah. Speaking of the Gallaglass, though, I ain't gonna lie. That scene just popped up, and they looking kind of Tyler Perry with these wigs on these Gallaglass men. I don't know what's happening with their hair, but they looking mighty crazy. I don't know if that's supposed to be because of the reputation, but they looking a little rough about the head. I
They
mean, with the
probably looking
wigs.
a little bit draggled, you know. They don't
Yeah, one of the lace fronts was lifted up a little bit too high, and I was just like, "What is
see, I wasn't
happening?"
paying that much attention. I was just like big burly men trying to kill Brian. No, we don't like them.
We don't like
Run.
them. I
Run,
did.
Brian, run.
It did make me remember Discovery of Witches. I was like, Yellow
I
Glass.
know. It was like, oh wait, that sounds familiar. But yeah, those arrows were a little too close
Yeah,
for my comfort because
yeah.
one of them literally whizzed past his face. He turned back to look, and it just I was like, you know what? Whoever paid them really wanted him dead.
Yeah.
But my thing is, y'all assassins, y'all supposed to be better shots than that. Not that I'm mad. I mean, Brian is alive, but y'all supposed to be a little bit better than that.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, they weren't bad. He definitely is just lucky. He was very lucky with his pretty self. He's so pretty. He was just very lucky though, because I mean, he was just boom, boom,
Yeah,
Right,
he.
and it was like,
right.
Jesus Christ.
So, okay, I'm gonna tell you something else that bothers me in this episode. I feel like that Seema girl is about to be a problem.
Oh my God. Can somebody kill her? I don't like killing the whores, but can we kill her, please?
Well, she gonna be a problem because she's a little
Ugh.
obsessed. You know what I'm saying? And she wants
Right.
a man. So again, why are we out in the open? And
Like,
there's gonna be a consequence to that.
But
I
it's
mean,
like,
but the thing is, so you first of all, you see Henry from afar and you're like, oh, he's here. And then I guess you go to the forest, to the woods because you see him, but you see him talking to a woman, and you know that the only woman he is going to talk to is his wife.
like that. Yes.
So you come out from behind the trees and you're looking at him with longing. I said, you know what? She's about to mess this up for them.
Yeah.
yeah,
She's about to
Um,
cause some problems
he,
because
she
she
about
don't know how to let go.
she about to be leery. That's what she about to be.
Girl,
That's
yeah.
what she about to be.
yeah.
Because why are you even? This man literally had a freaking mental break in your art, like mental break, and told you that you ain't what he want, and all he want is his wife and child, and you still like, but he gonna be mine though.
And then paid you to get out of that life. Gave you enough money to be like, hey, you can start over. Go somewhere else. Do something
Which
else.
I did wonder, like, was she there because she hooked up with somebody to be their like? Why? How did she? How was she invited? Is what I don't. Because
So
she
that
clearly.
so the tent that they were in was the brothel tent. Because that's
Oh, okay.
what
I wasn't paying.
Archbug
Okay.
was saying,
Okay.
because they were
Oh,
looking
that's right.
for
He did say that.
Henry, and he was trying to tell Uncle Grant, he was like, yeah, he got a thing for whores, so he'll be over there. He said, I wouldn't put him too far from the brothel tent. And that's
Yeah.
when Uncle Grant was like, I can judge someone's character on my own. I don't need your help.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
might
No,
tell it.
that's
I
right.
want to say, Mr. Bug, he's been helping out and doing the right thing since the beginning. What the hell is your
He
problem?
doesn't trust him because Isaac stopped trusting him or started, after the whole rents thing, they were like, something's not right about
Right,
him.
but
So
but he was doing the right thing to help increase your money.
I know.
Get off his back.
Mm-hmm.
You now look like a stalker.
Right. I also think he didn't like him because he got in, he smoothed his way in to the family so
Mm.
easily.
And so
that he was
quickly,
like, I don't trust nobody because he was the right hand man.
mm-hmm.
And then here this guy come, and now you done smoothed your way. You done got the Grant last name. You got a job all in one fell swoop. He didn't trust him,
Yeah.
So he was jelly. Look at this child walking. Now, okay, she walking to the Kirk. The tents are right there.
Right there.
The Kirk
Like
is
all somebody would have to do is look at all of that open space and see this red-headed chick walking.
in
Like,
the field.
must be Ellen McKenzie. I haven't seen any other red-headed women. So
in the middle of a
yeah,
field.
I'm at the part where they're doing the hand holding, and again, it's like nobody is paying them any attention, and I get it, but y'all too close.
It's too much.
Y'all are doing too much.
Oh, don't break his heart, girl.
You are being too close to him for a betrothed woman in
right.
17, 18.
Yeah.
You're doing too much.
Yeah. Especially
Brian,
since
you following her around like your eyes are following her around like a puppy dog. Like even Myrta is noticing, like, okay, I think this is what in the next episode in the preview, Myrta says something about, you guys have the type of love that stories are written about, or basically destined. So I guess Myrta realizes the depth of their feelings for each other. But I'm like, dude, if Myrta, who is not even paying attention to you, is seeing all of this, y'all being a little too close.
Yeah. Poor Myrta. Oh my God. He was he was just watching him a minute ago, and I'm just like, his little heart.
I know. But again, he's looking at them. He's like, okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm mad at him. And he went off on him because what was it? She was talking to Malcolm Grant. He was like, yeah, it hurts, doesn't it? Seeing the last you love talking to another man. He was like, yeah, it does hurt it. But you know what? She's probably better off with him. She's safer with him, if you ask me. And Brian was like, well, I didn't ask you anything. Well, obviously, that's why y'all are in this mess.
Right. I know that hurt his feelings though when Marcus saying that, but like, I mean, he's not wrong. To be not. You don't, because you don't have no layered ship. You don't have any soldiers, any fighters behind you. You're literally by yourself because your dad's, he ain't gonna support you. So if y'all are together, like y'all have to be running. Like I don't understand. Like y'all have to be running for your life. Like she's not safe with you. No. Don't cry. Don't cry.
Especially because the grants of it's already been told to us several times throughout this season that the grants don't take insults lightly. They don't take, non-loyal people lightly. And I mean, Uncle Grant literally started the episode out. He was like, my nephew thinks you walk on water. If you love him, be good to him, be loyal to him, good. He was like, we ain't gonna have no problems. But if you break his heart, I'm gonna rip yours out your chest. And he did not mince words. I will rip yours out your chest. And she's looking at him like, the fuck you just say to me? And then he smiles at her and walks out. I was like, yeah, that's a dangerous man.
Yeah, very dangerous. Because at first when he came into town, I'm thinking, well, maybe Jamie is named after him. Then when he basically told Dougal and come get out
of their own house.
Excuse me.
Peter Laird.
And don't have us be disturbed, please. Don't disturb us.
Because Dougal was looking indignant. He was like,
this is my house.
Right.
You don't come up in my house. But then your brother bowed down and left. So it's like, well, I guess I gotta do this too. But this MF just came in here and told us what we gonna do. And we not even marrying his kid. Just his nephew. Okay.
Right.
And then I'm like, no, she can't be alone with you. What you about to do? I was worried though. I'm like, what you about to do? Touching her or nothing like that. I wasn't sure.
But I mean, he was real nice to her until that one little thread. He was like, nice, if you break his heart, I will rip yours out your chest. And she's just looking like,
oh. And you know what though? I love that he didn't say, anything like if you're unfaithful. He didn't say any of the like, physical, whatever, blah blah blah. Because back
That's
in them
some
days, everything
great
is physical.
Mm-hmm.
his
Break
heart.
his heart. That's some that I ain't gonna lie. I love the character because I felt like that's some down. He down for his boy. You know what I'm saying? You break his heart.
And the
He know how light and fluffy Malcolm is, and he's like, don't mess with my nephew because I go for blows.
Right.
and
Like
again
don't mess with him.
and again, I feel every episode I feel sorry for Malcolm.
Yeah.
Every episode.
I did, I do feel sorry for him, but I think in this episode, I felt it even more so.
Yeah.
Because when they're walking and they're talking, they're talking about their fathers, and they are actually connecting. And here's the crazy thing. You see her connecting with Malcolm more than you see her connect with Brian, because she
Right.
and Brian have had very little time together. So that, I think, as far as the story goes, that tells you just how strongly they are attached to each other, her and Brian.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like we get to see the buildup between her and Malcolm, even though we know that's not going anywhere. But it's also similar to the whole thing with Claire and Jamie, and then Claire and Frank, because we got to see a little bit of the Claire and Frank thing. Now, Claire and Jamie, we did get to see that friendship start, and then it kind of build, and then it grow into love. So we got to, see that. But it is very similar. I mean, given rightly so, because Diana Gabaldon actually wrote this episode. So it's like you see kind of the sprinkles there, but I do feel sorry for him because he doesn't deserve it. He does seem like a really good guy. He does seem like he's very much in love with her. As I mean, probably even I would say even more so, I feel like, than maybe Brian at this point. Not in that sense, because I know Brian is like head over heels. I would die for her, da 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 da. But again, this is something that we've actually been able to see build, as opposed to it being love at first sight, that sort of thing.
Right.
So I do feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he's been
I'm still a
loving her
Brian
since
and
they were
Ellen shipper, because it's because of Brian and Ellen that we got Jamie, and
Jamie.
that Claire gets Jamie. So
We are all here for it, but the collateral damage part,
Yeah.
we don't see,
yeah.
which
Yeah.
we talk about on other shows, but this one is a little harder because he really cares about her, and he's not
Yeah.
a bad person.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to make him a bad person just for it to be easy on them
Mm-hmm.
to disregard him. I wanted to be hard on them. Like, yeah, y'all fell in love, but you got this other person. And I need for Ellen to stop throwing the eyes at him. Like, you are good. You pulling them in. You make them feel like that y'all falling in love. Or at
Mm-hmm.
least you falling in love with him because he already loves you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's very
And it makes
sad
it
because when
worse
you think
because
about
that
it,
child has part of his name. So now we really got to know
we
what in the world. Oh, you felt bad. So that's why.
I
You know,
know I predict
bad.
that Malcolm is a better person than like you said, he's way better than they deserve. And I predict he gonna help them in the end. And that's why they did that.
You think so?
I think
He
so.
really
I think
gonna
that's
help
why
them.
they named him after Malcolm because I
Yeah.
feel like Malcolm's gonna end up being a better person. Because also, I don't want him to become bitter. Like once he realizes Ellen is playing him and
Yeah.
he can't be with her, I don't want him to become a bitter because his dad was mean. His,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
he was. I mean, obviously that's the Highland way to just be cutthroat, but like I don't want him to turn into Jacob. I mean,
Isaac.
Isaac. Oh my
Yeah.
God, all these Bible names.
I
I don't
know.
want him to turn into Isaac.
But I think the other interesting thing about this episode is what we saw of Isaac. Yes, he's mean, probably cutthroat. But then you get to see a different glimpse of him through his son's recollections in this episode, because Malcolm is talking about when he was a kid. He was like, even as young as 2, I would bring something to my father and he would grab it and we would talk about it, and he had an interest in it. And I hate to say it, men in this particular time, they don't show that kind of interest, especially in the kids. That's the
Mm-mm.
woman's job. you know?
Well, that was one of Column's complaints about the was it the bird or something he gave Red
Mm-hmm.
Jacob? That was one of his biggest complaints about
Yeah.
him, you know.
Yeah.
I want this damn bird.
But yes, I thought that was an interesting touch to kind of give us a second glimpse of who this guy was, and probably why Malcolm turned out to be such a decent dude. Because when we saw Isaac, yes, he seemed like he was a good laird, you know, as far as the definition of it in this time. And he did seem like he genuinely cared for his son. Like, we never saw him say a mean word to Malcolm. We never saw him, like, I mean, the complete opposite of Red Jacob with his sons, or even Lord Lovat with his son. Complete
Right.
opposite, you know? But yeah, I don't want him to turn the villain either, because again, like I said, I love Ellen, but she is the villain in the story. She is the one that is like, I get it. You're trying to make sure that you secure whatever your house needs, whatever your clan needs, and you know that you have to give off the, you know, kind of the feeling that you are in love with this man, you're going to marry him, you've resigned yourself to it. You're playing it too well, baby. Too well.
Like, honestly, I feel like what she should have did was when you know they did the test last time and they did put her through all of that, she should have pretended like she was annoyed with Malcolm about it. And like, I'm gonna marry you, but I don't trust you and I'm angry at you because you let them do this to me. You brought a doctor to do this to me. So just so you know, this is gonna be a marriage of convenience because I'm never going to be like, she should have just went ahead and like broke his heart then.
Yeah.
So he would,
He
I don't know,
came
like,
to her before
Yeah, that's what I was going to say
saying,
too, because you
I
pointed,
don't
yeah.
want this to happen. This is over my control.
Yeah.
I
Because
trust
he was not laird at that time.
right, and
no, I know,
he
but she
didn't
could have
want
used
so that
that
she
so
couldn't
that
use it because he
because now
came and
she
apologized.
I
So it's
don't
like,
know.
well,
But she could
dang.
have, I don't know. I feel like she could have still just been like, yeah, you sound sorry, but I don't care. Like this ends it for me. You know what I'm saying?
I
Because at
mean, it
least
would have been
then,
easy. I mean, this is a woman's dignity. Like, okay, yeah,
right?
I
Like,
understand you don't want this to happen, but
yeah,
how do you think I feel? Like, I've been violated. This man has had
yeah.
his hands all in my
Nothing.
stuff. Like,
Yes, I can
yeah,
never get past this, that this
yeah,
happened. And, you know, even though you didn't want it, and I understand it's your dad, but it was ultimately your choice. Because when he got there, even though his dad said he could have said anything once he got there.
yeah.
Because what was Isaac gonna do? Ride his horse and come be mad?
No, but Archbug was there. So that,
Yeah,
you know,
Archbug. Oh, stupid Archbug.
yeah, you
But
know, he
I
would have went
definitely
back
feel
and
like she should
told.
have broke it down, you know, her feelings then, so then he wouldn't be surprised when she leaves
Right,
later. You know what I'm saying? Because now he's deeply in love. She giving him this extra dose of special, and
right.
he gonna be ripped to shreds by the time this ends.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Ugh, that just
he is.
that
He
just
is.
breaks my heart.
But look, keeping on the subject of Isaac, do you think that Henry said something to Ned Gowan? He was like, look, if Isaac hadn't have died, I would have killed him myself because they lied to me about my wife and child. Do you feel like Isaac was in on it, or do you think that was just Archbug doing what Archbug does? Because I don't know if I feel like Isaac was in on that.
I think that was Arch.
Yeah, I will say I think so
Okay.
too.
Okay.
Mhm.
Because I feel like Archbug, well, first of all, I feel like he lured him in by acting like he was sad about the baby. And I thought that was shitty because I'm like, so either you really had that happen, but you honestly still don't give enough about this man's feelings, right?
Right.
Or it didn't happen and you lured him to make him comfortable so he would believe your lies. Because I feel like he was cooking that up the
Yeah.
whole
I
time.
feel like maybe it did happen, but he was probably like, okay, you know what? But this is my grief, but you're here now. You need to be focused on this. So I think it was a little bit of both. I think maybe that did happen to him, but also at the same time, because he was already distrustful of Henry and doesn't like him, he wasn't going to put himself in the same on equal footing with Henry. He's just basically like, okay, you know what? I know what he needs to do. He just needs to get over this so he can get to work.
Right.
So what's the easiest way to do that? Oh, make him think that there's no hope. Arch didn't have that. Merdina lived, even though she
Right.
was never the same as he said, but she lived.
Yeah.
So
And they
he was
had,
able to do his job, but Henry, without seeing a body, well, I mean, even he didn't see a body, but he was told, but still, it's just kind of like, okay, no, we need him to focus. So
yeah.
yeah, I just
Mm. I just
asshole
feel like
Henry.
Arch also had time to like go murder people so that he can so he can get over the fact that he lost his kid. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
didn't give this man no kind of healing time. He's just like they're dead. Move on. Like,
Yeah.
no.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But I'm gonna say it again. I love this little friendship that Henry and Ned Gowan have.
No.
Because he went to Ned Gowan, he was like, yeah, I wanted to kill him. He was like, they lied to me about my wife and my child. They're here at
Yeah.
Braemar, and Ned Gowan is like, what? So that by the time Ned Gowan is in the late 1700s and he done dealt with Claire supposedly dying, coming back, and all this stuff, he's probably thinking, okay, you know what? She does look a little familiar at
Yeah.
some point, because there's too much. And I feel like, again, I really do feel like Ned is probably open to that kind of thing, but I love it that Ned is like, okay, so you want me to help you escape, but because we're talking, if you just disappear from here, people are going to know that I helped you. Okay, what do you
Mm-hmm.
need? You need a ride for 3 people? Like, he was just like, okay, let me consider the consequences. Okay, consider, what do you need? How can I help you? What do you need me to get? Oh, and you need me to go take a note to your wife, who is right now currently married to somebody else who is like really disgusting and nobody. Okay, yeah, I can do that. I love it. I love it. The other thing, so before this, Brian and Henry didn't have any kind of connection. So now we get it in this episode because Brian sees kind of the discomfort once Henry is sprung with the fact that Julia is now Mistress Lovett.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was like, Henry, your face is giving it away. Like, you don't look like an admirer. You look like you want to punch somebody. That's not
Mm-hmm.
the way. So Brian actually finds him, and he was like, look, Julia never gave up on you. Her marriage to my father is not what it seems. And Henry is like, okay, so what happened? So Brian off screen gives him the whole story. Again, I love this kind of the connection between Jamie and Claire's parents, because
Yeah.
this is something that we didn't expect. And them being in different, not just different houses, but kind of, I don't even want to say opposing houses, but with Lord Lovat being kind of low on the totem pole as far as the grants are concerned, I just really didn't know if I was expecting Henry and Brian to connect or
Right.
to even have that conversation. So the fact that we get to see it in this, now all of the parents have kind of commingled in some sense of the word.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I
Yeah.
you know,
It's uh,
you get
I
Ellen and
do.
Julia
Yeah.
having their
Oh,
little
I know.
conversation, and I
I love it.
I love it. I love it. So, but
And it's just like that. I feel like the fact that they all just have good hearts when all overall. They all just have good hearts because everybody wants to make sure everybody's good. Brian wanted to make sure Henry was good. Julia wanted to make sure Brian and Ellen is good. Ellen's like, "Are you good?" You know, it's just like I love that about them. They all really do have good hearts. They're not
mm-hmm.
horrible people. That they're just suffering some bad things. They're
Yeah.
not. Oof, man, poor Julia, her having to tell people, I did what I had to
What did
do. I
you?
know she gonna get tired of having to tell
But
people
but
that.
you but
But she ain't gonna have to say it too many times because again, Seema is there, she gonna cause some problems.
Ugh,
So it's gonna be one of those things where Julia's like, oh, okay, well, I had to marry him in order to keep my son safe. What was your excuse? Which, although we know he had a very good excuse, But it's kind of like, depending on the way Seema frames it, if she says anything, that might cause some problems.
Right.
I know they better not be separated at the end of next episode.
Yeah.
There better not be a issue,
a rift
with, yeah.
Because
But
like
there is two things though. One, I don't think we talked about it, but I do like how Brian explained everything to Henry.
Mm-hmm.
However, Henry, you also had a chance to come clean too. You making this woman feel bad for something she did. And you looking
There
like
wasn't enough
all is
time
forgiven.
because Balak was coming and the wet nurse was looking for it.
Okay,
Didn't have time for
but the
a real
look on his face
conversation.
was like, I ain't finna tell shit.
No, that look on
All
the face
is
was
forgiven, love.
there's no way she'll ever find out.
No. And guess what
that
happened?
was there's
She's
nothing
right
to
around the corner.
forgive
You will
because
find
I
out.
did something wrong too.
Yeah.
Right. And as soon as he decided to not say anything, that's why see him come around that corner. What did you say? You didn't.
What'd you say? Did somebody say so, I slept with a who?
Listen.
Oh,
I just really feel like she's about to cause some problems.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know if she's gonna come to Julia and try to say, oh yeah, well, he loved me, he came to me, and blah blah blah. I mean, one, Julia does not seem like she is that gullible. Let's be honest. But she also does not. I don't know if I feel like she would be mean enough to put Seema in her place. I mean, she probably would, but I don't know. I just feel like Seema's about to make his life hard, and it's like the fact that she told Mr. Bug where to find him in the first place. I was upset about that at first, but if Mr. Bug hadn't have brought Henry back, Henry would have left without knowing where Julia was. So
that's true.
You got to give her a little bit of, a little leeway on that. But I'm going to need you to get it together in your head that this man does not want you.
Yeah.
He's told you very explicitly that he does not want you. Mm-hmm. And just let him go. Leave him alone.
I wonder what Julia's going to say about him being in the whole house for any reason. Because here's the thing. He flipped out and was like, oh, my mind, whatever. He went to the whorehouse. But what made you go to a whorehouse? So that means you done been there before because you went back to a place that made you comfortable.
Well, I mean, think about it. The mistress lured him there by telling him, oh, I found the woman you were looking for. So that
I get that part. What I'm saying is like he had to have had more than one trip to the whole house for the whole to be the whole household for him to feel like this is a known place in my psyche that while I'm tripping, I'm having this PTSD moment. This is my memory telling me go back here for this comfort. This is where Julia is. But why? Oh, because I done been there about 4 or 5 times. That's why.
Right. I don't think he was there that many times.
At least 3. At least 3.
We had dinner a few nights in there.
Yeah, with Ned Gowan.
Go for dinner.
So I was hanging with my boy Ned.
They have good steak and eggs.
Steak and eggs.
And wings. So he was there.
Okay. Yeah. But I mean, at this point, you know what? Your thing cancels out my thing. You know what? We got our baby. We found each other. Let's get our ass home.
Right. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I do too. It's like,
because that's the thing about Claire and Jamie that used to always bug me is when they would have some kind of weird little spat about something and one of them would be mad at the other about something. I'm like, hello, you mad at him about marrying Leary, but you know he only married Leary because she was about to be broken, poor, and destitute with 2 children. He was trying to do right by her, same as he did when she was 16, when she was a bear, and he was trying to keep her from getting her butt beat. Like, you know, he don't love her, so he's just trying to do right by people. Like, Claire, calm down. I mean, I get why she was mad, but like, you had a whole husband, lady. Shut up.
Right.
Right.
You did.
And you were 200 years in the future.
Look, especially the whole entire beginning of our relationship.
And you were 200 years in the future. Like, there was no reason why I would ever think that you would find out that I married this woman.
After 20 years, it was 20 years. Like,
Right.
So,
I mean,
yeah, so
technically speaking, she shouldn't have even gone back. She thought he was dead.
right. Yeah,
So yeah,
that's
but
true.
yeah, I get it. And even more recently, the whole thing about Lord John. I need you to get over that.
Oh,
I need you to just let it go. He saved your wife from being hung.
let me
Let it go.
let me tell you about how mad I was at James Fraser about what he did to my boo's face. Okay. So I mean to take it back to Outlander, but it's so many similarities, and
Yeah.
I just do not want Julia and Henry to have that
Mm-hmm.
tension
Right.
just for them to have some drama. Because I'm like, no, all y'all
Right.
done been through, let it go,
Mm-hmm.
just let
Mm-hmm.
it go.
Because at this point, I look, I'm ready to burn down anyone who messes with Henry. Henry has become like one of my favorite characters on the show. And if y'all mess with Henry, I'm ready to burn the world down.
He's
Like,
so
period, point
vulnerable.
blank. So
He
I'm
just,
gonna need
yeah,
Seema, I'm not trying to wish death on, like you said, I'm not trying to wish death on the horde, but if you're about to tear Julia and Henry apart, die, bitch, die. I'm so sorry.
don't nobody care about you.
All you gotta do is just accept the fact that the man don't want you.
He don't want
I
you.
mean,
Want you.
my goodness, did he put it down on you like that you got to be going through all this?
Right. Like, it wasn't that great. Calm down. He barely even knew it was you.
Well, wait a second. It
Well,
probably was
Well,
really good
right.
because he thought it was his wife. So he
Yeah,
was
right.
giving
yeah.
his all.
So, like, you
He
didn't do
was
nothing for him, sis. You
Right.
just, I mean, you held him while he was going through a crisis, but like, he don't owe you nothing for that. He paid you handsomely.
Gave you enough money that you could have started, you could have started
started
anew.
new.
And then I wonder, is it because she's young or is she just seriously that delusional?
Well, I
Like,
mean,
how are you a prostitute and you don't understand? Usually it's the Johns that have that misconception of like, oh, she really likes me. But why is the prostitute having that? Like, what is happening?
hmm, I don't
Mm,
know, but I needed to stop. I need her to leave Henry alone. I need her to
yes.
go back and, either go back and do your work or take that money that he gave you, go find another job. I need you to just let it go. Let it go.
Just
This
go.
is not for you. This is not your man. This is no. This is not the thing. No. Mm-mm. No.
Mm-mm. Go start a new life in the colonies. Go find yourself.
Oh. Mm-mm-mm.
Did
But
we miss anything?
that's I think we touched on all the important stuff.
Oh,
We
oh,
did.
Wait,
oh,
or did we
wait.
forget something? Wait, what did we forget?
No, no, no. No, I think we good. I was just like trying to remember if there was something else that happened at the tynchal, like in the uh in the meeting part of the tynchal when they. Oh yes, Malcolm Grant's uncle basically pledging them Jacobite. Is what I was gonna bring up, and I forgot about how
Malcolm
he
looked at
was
him
like,
like,
"Oh,
"Excuse me,
what? What?
what are we doing?"
What?" He's
Oh
like,
yeah. He was like,
"Somebody got to do something."
Like,
Because
you ain't gonna
And
go.
Malcolm Grant was like, "My
I'm
silence
there.
was my answer." Like,
Yeah.
you don't see Dougal speaking up for Colum over there. He got at least that little respect. Look, I think Dougal learned. Dougal was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. This is why 50 years later, or 20 years later, he was still doing it. He was
yeah,
like, I'm gonna do this in secret behind Column's back, because mm-mm. But yeah, when he did that, Malcolm looked at him like, what? And I was thinking, you know what? That could be a way for Ellen to get out of the thing, because if Colum and the Mackenzies remain loyalists and now the Grants have openly declared for the Stuart King, that could be a way that she could be like, okay, you know what? I can't do this because that's against the law. It's illegal. That could cause problems, but they still need the grant money. So I don't know if that would be something like, no, because I was going to say, if you think about the way Colum is, Colum has always held fast to the fact that he is not going to be a Jacobite, even in the main show. Colum was very steadfast. Went to go sign a treaty with Lord Lovat to be like, yeah, we're gonna stay out of this.
That part again.
So,
and Dougal was still behind his back raising money.
Yep.
You know, still trying to do it behind his back. So he definitely was not about it.
Yeah, so she could use that to get out of it. And maybe that's what Malcolm was getting pissed off about in the trailer. But I don't know. There's a lot going on in the trailer because you have Myrta and Brian talking, and Brian was like, yeah, well, that's, when Myrta says your love is the kind of, love that people write stories about, and Brian was like, well, that's why we have to protect it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if something comes out to where Ellen is like, I'm not marrying him, I'm in love with Brian, or if something comes out because, again, Brian has assassins coming after him, and you see him fighting with them in the trailer. So at some point they meet back up, they find him, he fights for that. You do see a little bit of conflict with the Grants and the Mackenzies, and then you see Julia, she has her baby and she's running from Balak because he's trying to kill her. So I was like, okay, you know what?
Ooh,
I don't really know. I'm trying to prepare my mind because they're gonna leave us on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Hopefully, because they're already filming season 2, they may even be finished. I don't know, because they started filming in like July. So
they're probably definitely done then.
Hopefully we won't have to wait so long. Like, please don't give us Droughtlander type hiatuses. I don't want to go a full 2 years, 3 years between seasons. I just no.
They might wait until like some months after Outlander finishes and then release it, like at the end of the year.
Yeah, or like beginning of 2027.
Ugh, because, they better not. Gonna be so
I hope not either, because I think Outlander, the final season, is only, I believe that's only 7 or 8 episodes.
Oh, wow. I got really spoiled with the 16.
Yeah. So I think it's only 7 or 8 episodes that we'll get for the final season. So maybe if we can get that at the beginning of year, we can get Blood of My Blood at the end of next year. I'm not going to count on that. I'm going to say probably early 2027 or mid 2027. But I hope it won't be too long. Because, I mean, y'all got us hooked on this show now. So you can't like just keep it. Y'all can't do that. You gotta build on the momentum. Like, everyone is loving the show. Well, for the most part, people are loving the show. I still see the random comment of people. They're like, yeah, it's okay, but it's not the original show. No, duh.
No, it's not supposed to be there.
It's not supposed to be, but even some people, well, I'm not going to watch it because it's not the original show. Okay, so just shut up and let us enjoy it.
That's so dumb. Like, what does that have to do with anything?
Right.
Nothing.
Right. And a lot of people are saying that thing about, well, this is not, Diana didn't write this, so we're not going to watch it. Like, she said that this is not how Claire's parents were. Claire's parents weren't time travelers, whatever. But she's writing episodes for the show.
Right.
And she sold her property so that they can make this. Because there's still, I mean, she had to still, like, because this is not Outlander, so she still had to sign a contract.
Yeah. She had to say, okay, you know what? Okay, you guys can do this. And she has
also said that she wasn't really like caring about Claire's parents. So she didn't really, even though the evidence lined up that they were travelers, even though she wanted to say they wasn't, but you wrote it that they were basically travelers.
That you left that very open-ended.
You did.
Yeah.
Because at some point,
that's how I feel. Yeah.
Especially with the generations of people being travelers. Like, somebody in her family before her was a traveler.
Right. Because it didn't just start with her.
Right. But you left it alone. You didn't care about, her family, because you didn't really write about them.
Mm-hmm.
So
because they weren't in the right past. It's that Highlander past you wanted to write
Right,
about.
right. So now when she moved it on, when they pitched the idea, she was like, I didn't even think about that.
Like, okay.
Other than that, so she's like, okay, I'll go with that. That sounds about right.
But she has also always been very vocal about the fact that the TV show is the TV show and the books are the books.
Right.
And
Right.
she has said, yes, there are things like there is no way they are going to take my 800 and 900 page books, all 9 of them,
Yeah.
and get every single thing right. They're not going to follow it to a T because there are some things that work on the page that
Yep.
won't work on screen.
Yep.
So she has always been very open about that, about, yeah, I understand they make changes. And, sometimes I like the changes. Sometimes I don't. And I tell them, hey, you might write yourself in a corner with this. But again, it's the show. She was like, you know what? I'm hands off. Like, yes, they send me the dailies. Yes, I consult. I give them my note, my little notes. I give them my suggestions, but it's a show. I'm not a showrunner. I don't do this for a living, you know? So I love the fact that she is very collaborative with them. And when they came to her with this idea, she was like, okay, well, that's not how I wrote it. But like you said, Michelle, she has said plenty of times she has no plans on expanding on Claire's parents' stories. She's not writing it. We do know that she is writing a prequel about Brian and Ellen, but it's going to be a little bit different from this, obviously, because they're not going to meet Claire's parents in her book. So I like this version. I think the casting is well. I love the characters. The characters feel true to who their children end up becoming. I love the friendships. The fact that Claire and Jamie's parents have met, are friends in some way, shape, form, or fashion. I love that because that's something that we didn't think. That's something we didn't expect. It was a pleasant surprise. And the way that they've unfolded it, I feel like, okay, yeah, this can be canon as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
I like it. It fits. It makes sense. And they're very respectful of the story they've already told with Outlander. So it's not like they're retconning anything, saying, okay, well, we know that this happened in the late 1700s. So we're going to fix it and we're going to change things here so that looks, they're not doing that. They're making decisions that actually make sense. And it does line up with the characters, So,
And to be fair, like I read like the first 4 or 5 books. They did a damn good job adapting these books to these shows because, like, there's some stuff that has not been adapted well. And to
we can do a
me,
whole show on it.
right. So to me, I feel like they really to meet the meat and potatoes of this whole story, even to this new show, they have stuff because they studied their history. They have learned what they need to know about the time. Like they are keeping it authentic as possible to her stories. And I'm like, I don't feel like I mean it's all fantastical anyway, so why are y'all mad?
Right.
Like, so it's like I don't know.
Right. And if you don't like it, just don't watch.
Just don't watch it. And
Don't
then you
don't
don't
watch.
gotta
But
actually
don't
announce it that you ain't watching it because nobody cares. Like just
right.
don't watch.
Right.
Fine.
Because literally when she makes a post, people are always up under there. Because she promotes this show every single week.
Ugh.
And
People just
someone's
can't help being
always
nasty.
making comments.
Right.
Oh, it's not the same as the words you wrote and stuff. Okay, you know what? Stop kissing her ass. She knows it's not the same as her words. Like her words are the reason why we have this hit show.
Yeah.
But it's not the only reason why we have this hit show.
Yeah.
The showrunners did an amazing job with casting. They literally got people who fit these characters. She has long said that when she was sent the first scene that she saw Jamie in, where he was picking the hay when Randall was at Lallybroch, she said she was like, oh my God, he jumped off the page.
Yeah,
So,
specifically him.
Right.
Yeah. Oof.
So you can like the new show and still love the old show and still be like, okay, you know what? It's not the same, but I like what they're doing with this.
Yeah.
But to just be like, I'm not gonna do that. And I
Not the
and I
old
do
show.
understand
I don't like
to
it.
a degree about that, because there are things that sometimes we as fans we hold sacred. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of us, okay, Dina and I met through Harry Potter. Okay. I think when they announced Fantastic Beasts, we were like, do we really
Do
need
we need that?
these
What about
things?
Marauder? I wasn't Marauders. Like, why are we getting this?
Right. But it's one thing to be protective of a story and then be like, I don't know if I want to see that extension, especially if you don't know if it's going to be done right. Like having a spin-off show for an existing property and it's being run by someone who is not involved in the existing property, that's weird to me.
Yeah.
That would be weird. But the fact that you have the people who ran Outlander come over and do this, they're going to be respectful of the material.
Yeah.
You know, I
And
mean,
she's gonna consult, like you said. She's literally consulting, and she's written on the show. So it's
like
like,
this episode was written by Diana Gabaldon. So yeah, we get the comments, but I'm just like, okay, you know what? I'm so over it. Either like it or you don't watch it or don't.
yeah. It's like people just want to make people's day bad.
Right. But that's okay because I love
You
this
know,
show. I really,
I
really love this
do.
show. And yeah, I'm very sad that we only have one episode.
Yeah.
Like,
It's so crazy how 8 weeks goes by so fast. It
not
didn't
even
feel
no
like it.
10.
10 weeks, yeah.
10.
Yeah, 10 weeks. Like
It's like,
so
why
fast.
aren't we just talking about this? Like, oh my God, the show's about to start. And then we're at Dragon Con. It's like, oh, the show's like already 4 episodes. What?
And now we're at what are we, 9?
We're
About to be
this is
10?
9. We're
And
about to be 10. And then we have Droughtlander D. And they still haven't given us a date on the return of Outlander yet. We just still keep getting this early 2026. I need a date.
I wonder if they're gonna release it after this is done.
Maybe, maybe.
Like it'll be like after this is over and like, hey guys, don't worry. You'll get more soon, like
You know what? They might do that with the next episode. We can keep our fingers crossed, right? Yep. But I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Oh, even though this has nothing to do with the show, it does have to do with Sam Hewen. Sam Hewen opened up his own distillery today in
oh, nice.
Scotland.
I need to
So
go
he
look on
about to
him
be making
Instagram.
some alcohol for real. Like, yeah. So and it's called Galloway Distillery. So I'm like, okay, y'all got a lot of this like continuous thread running through things. So congratulations to Sam. You guys have any final thoughts on this episode before we prepare for the season finale?
Just poor Malcolm. His happiness is about to end.
Yeah, I do believe so.
His
Before
his
we
pretend
before
children
we
he has created in his brain, they're all gone.
wait a minute,
Mm.
repeat that.
I said the pretend
Children.
children. No, he was dreaming of his future, so he already has the kids they were gonna have. He got some redheads running. They are gone. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, before we leave, I
Rest
want
in
to read this out. We got a new review on the website, and this is from Honeybee Melly on Apple Podcasts, and she says that we got a 5-star review. She calls the show thoughtful and detailed. She said, I recently started listening to this podcast when I discovered their discussions on Blood of My Blood. I love how they pay so much attention to detail and offer carefully thought out opinions. I especially love hearing the voices of women of color and really appreciate their perspectives and everything they bring to the table. So, Honeybee Melly, thank
Thank
you so
you.
much for listening. Thank you for the review.
you.
And we plan on continuing throughout the rest of Outlander for as long as they give it. We've already told Dina she can't go anywhere. She's going to continue covering Outlander with us. So we will have her for at least season 8 of Outlander and season 2 of Blood of My Blood. So that's a good thing. Yay.
Yay,
and then what else?
Okay, so have we combed through and still try to piece Henry and Julia's kid? Are we still trying to figure out who?
I think look, let's try to do that after the 10th episode. Let's see what
when they gave the name, I'm like, okay. And I've been watching like little short little snips of the show, and I'm like,
is this him? Is this him?
I'm
gonna wait until after the 10th episode. The only thing we do know for a fact is Dina, it is not Bonnie Prince Charlie.
It's not. Oh, okay.
You know, she was calling him Bonnie Prince Charlie for a long time.
And then this is not fair too, because typically when this happens, I can be like, okay, Hanka, when we press stop, tell me what happened in the books. She can't even tell me.
I can't tell you what happened with the books because nothing. Like, we literally know nothing about Claire's parents.
That's what I love about this. It's because we don't have
brother.
We can't get any spoilers.
Brother.
Now, I will say this. I do think maybe in the next episode, we will see Lamb and maybe a young Claire, because the preview of the next episode is where they decided to go to Scotland. Henry was like, I bought us some tickets for us to have like a little mini vacation or whatever. And you see them on the train waving goodbye to someone. So I'm thinking we're going to see Lamb and Claire.
Yes, we are definitely going to see Lamb because the actress that played Julia spoiled that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah. She put it out there. It's like on I forget what they were doing, and she put it out there that the actor is really great. And I was like, I don't see him. Where are you at?
I know.
Now you say that, I'm like, oh, last episode. Okay. That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I guess that's it for our show. You can find us online at www.fandomhybrid.com. We are on social media, on all the social media at Fandom Hybrid. You can chat with us on our Discord channel. You can watch our videos on our YouTube channel, and you can listen to us on all major podcast streaming platforms. Thanks for listening. We hope you join the conversation next time.